Well, Steve, Southend away in the FA Cup, it's got all the makings of a classic cup tie, hasn't it?
Well, it's got a little bit of an edge to it, isn't it, with the former manager being the manager of Southend, and of course he'd be desperate to turn us over, which is normal for a smaller club in the lower divisions, and it's the classic symptoms. You're right. We've got to make sure that we treat it the way we did against Middlesbrough, and make sure we produce a performance which will get us through the next round.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've come through one tricky tie already. It's a case of the same again this time.
Same again. We played very, very well a couple of weeks ago in the cup. I was delighted with the performance. So it'll be absolutely, that's what we're looking for, and I expect us to have a difficult game at Southend, but I expect us to have enough on the pitch to get through.
And it's two teams that in their own way are having good seasons so far.
Well, yeah, Phil's done a terrific job down there, he's got them, knocking around the top end of the division, so you can't ask for any more than that. What will cap the icing on the cake for him is to turn us over, so as I've just said, we must guard against that and make sure it doesn't happen.
Is it part of the FA Cup's charm that you get to go to these grounds that you maybe haven't been to for a few years?
Well, that's how difficult it is. It's a difficult competition, and we've seen over the years, we've seen shocks and surprises, and that's what makes it the competition it is. We've got to make sure that we're not one of these shocks and surprises, because all the cameras, all the people who are going to the game, and all the underdogs, the people who in this country, we want the underdogs to beat us, which is normal.
You've tended to make changes in the past in terms of your team. Will you be doing the same this weekend? Yeah,
well, it's an ideal time to give all the squad a game. There's some people who are desperate for a game, and rightly so that they should play, but as we've seen against Middlesbrough, the strength in depth of the squad is good. So all the players who have been on the fringes of the last couple of weeks or so will all get a game, and I'm sure they're chomping at the bit to play.
Is there any news on James Chester? I know you were waiting for scan results on him.
Well, he's damaged the tendon again, which unfortunately damaged at the start of the season, so it's not as bad as what it was, the first time, but still it's a concern, because it's obviously the same tendon up high in his hamstring, so he's going to be at least 6 weeks away, I would have thought. So that's the thing in football. It's always difficult, but it's a shame, because he was just finding his feet again after being out the last time with it, but that's football.
Is it good timing that Paul McShane's back in full training then?
Paul's been back in and knocking on the door. It's been a stop-start season for Paul, unfortunately. He's come into the team and then got injured and picked up a couple of injuries, unfortunately. So let's hope he stays injury-free from now at the end of the season, because obviously, he can add something to us defensively.
Any other injury problems going into this one?
No, the same ones as Luke Brady, aren't quite right yet, but making huge strides, and I would have thought in the next week or 10 days they'll be joining in with the team, which can only be good for everybody.
I know Shane Long can't play, but has he been in training this week?
Yeah, he's trained the last couple of days. He's got over his ankle. Him and Jelic are both cup-tied, we know that, so we'll have to do them out this weekend, but they'll be ready for Tuesday.
And Nick Proschwitz has gone to Barnsley.
Yeah, he's gone to Barnsley on loan. I hope and hope that he goes and does well. It's been a difficult time for him, Nick, to force his way into the team, but as always, he's trained well with it, and we wish him the best of luck.